Man, I am so hungry. Oh. I have to meal prep. What is going on, guys? My name is Dane. Welcome to the video. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of meal prep. Oven's ready. Thank you. So, unfortunately, eating out is expensive, and so that means that we have to cook some healthy meals on our own, and it really makes it a lot easier when you cook, 5 to 10 meals in one go. That way you only have to cook once. So today we are going to make my impromptu and very not thought out method of Chipotle Burrito Bowls. So I had some rice and beans left over from eating only rice and beans for a week. Link in the description. So I decided, what can I make as far as meal prep with rice and beans? And I thought, duh, Chipotle bowls. So I went out and got all the ingredients I need. I got the chicken, the veg, the rice and beans, the cheese. What more can a guy ask for? So here's what we got. Alright, so my burrito bowl is going to have rice, black beans, pinto beans, peppers and onions. We're going to have the chicken as the main protein, and I'm going to make a ridiculously good and ridiculously easy pico de gallo to go on top and the side. I'm so excited. I'm starving, so I cannot wait to get going. Let's go. Okay, so first step we're going to do is we got to prepare the chicken, because that's going to go in the oven and that's going to take a little while. So we go ahead and trim the chicken, trim the fat, and then slice the breast into thirds to get nice little thin breasts. It's the only time that I really like, the real thin breasts, but that way they at least cook a little bit faster. So since we're just putting them in the oven to cook, I want them to cook nice and evenly pretty quickly all the way through. That way we can get on with it and I can eat some dinner. So once you got them trimmed up and sliced up, we're going to put them on the pan, which is a little bit of non-stick cooking spray, just to make sure that the chicken doesn't stick to the pan. But we don't cook with oils, because oils are ridiculously high in calories, and we don't need that in our lives, right? So I'm just going to give the pan a quick spray of the non-stick cooking spray, lay the chicken breast on, and then we're going to season them up and pop them in the oven. So cumin. Cumin is going to be the star of the show here. Unfortunately, I didn't buy any Chipotle seasoning, but cumin is going to really carry us. Ooh, it's going to bring us to Mexico right here. Got some garlic powder. And I got a little bit of paprika. And these bad boys are going in the oven. now that the chicken is in the oven, we're going to prepare the veggies and get the rice cooking, because that is also going to take about 20 minutes or so to cook. So I believe I'm going to get the rice on the pot, get that boiling, and then chop up the veg, and I'm so excited. So while I chop these veggies, I want to talk a little bit about keeping track of your calories, keeping track of your macros, making sure you're going to reach your goals with your nutrition. So I hope everyone out there keeps track of what they eat, whether that's through MyFitnessPal or some other calorie tracking app. I don't care what your goals are, whether you're trying to put on muscle in the gym or lose fat. Just keep those Christmas pounds at bay. It really helps to keep track of your calories in whatever method that you find most useful. I keep track in an app called MyFitnessPal, and it tracks your calories, macros, and micronutrients. I highly recommend everyone does that. When you're meal prepping like this, I find it most convenient to keep track of everything that you put into it. So I have 2.66 pounds of chicken breast. I know that I have 2.5 cups of rice going in, all these other various pieces that I put that all into one big meal, and then I can separate that out for each serving in that meal. So if this makes 10 servings, or however many it's going to make in the end, then I divide everything by 10. And that seems to work pretty well for me, and I highly recommend giving it a try if you are looking for a way to keep track of your meal prep. Alright, so after about 15 minutes in the oven, I'm going to take the chicken out and go ahead and give it a flip. Oh, they look quite beautiful. So those will be in there for about, yeah, I get it. So those will be in there for another 7 minutes or so. So next to our now boiling rice, we have this pan in which we are going to toss our onions and peppers in, and we're going to get a nice saute going. So in addition to the things that are already cooking, I wanted to make a pico de gallo, so I'm going to go ahead and chop up some fresh cilantro. Now some people are in team anti-cilantro. If you are, then don't do this then. It's that simple. It is that simple, ladies and gentlemen. Although there is something to be said about fresh spices. If you can't get them or can't afford them, that's totally alright. The dried stuff is just about as good. The dried stuff, you have to be careful though, that since it is dried, it is more potent. So when you're cooking with it, you often have to use less. So keep that in mind when you're cooking with dried spices. But if you're using the fresh stuff, just go wild, because this stuff is fantastic. That should be enough for my pico, so I'm gonna go ahead and give this a nice chop. That should be pretty good. Set that to the side for now. So we have these tomatoes, we have some red onion, I have some garlic. I'm going to go ahead and grab a couple garlic cloves here. If you're not familiar with this trick, this is great when you want to peel this. If you just grab it on either end and pinch, it like kind of ruptures this front end, and then it falls kind of right out. So that's super helpful. Once again, just grab it and pinch. Oh, this is a double in here. There we go. So when you grab it and pinch, it kind of separates that membrane from the clove itself. Okay. go and crush up these garlic cloves before I go ahead and mince them up. Beautiful. Now, tomatoes are a little bit tricky just because they're tough on the outside and soft on the inside. And I'm unsure of really how the best way to cut a tomato is. I'm just gonna go for it. Hope for the best here. Honestly, that looks pretty good, so we're going to go and dump that in here as well. So go ahead and grab our cilantro and garlic. Oh yeah, toss all that in there. And go and grab a mixing utensil. Just mix it all in there, make it real nice and make them all friends. You know, we're all friends here, we all like each other's flavors. Lime that we're going to add to this is really what's going to make the pico really stand out. So we have lime, and we're just going to go ahead and put a full lime of lime juice right on the inside there. So that's really coming to life now, and I am excited to dig in. So these peppers and onions are cooking down and sauteing into a beautiful, beautiful fajita melt. Oh, that looks exquisite. And the rice is just about done. So next up, we're going to get the beans going, and then we're going to finish up the chicken. So with the beans, you can buy them in the bags, which is a lot cheaper but a lot more work. I just bought them in the cans because convenience. So you're going to want to go ahead and take the lids off, and we're going to rinse them out because I don't like the syrup that they come in. And that's going to be more or less the preparation for them before cooking. And I think we're going to cook them in the residual stuff from the peppers and onions, and so I'll pick up a lot of the flavor that those left behind. And then we're going to add, I think, the beans to the rice, mix that around. That'll make a nice mix of the carbohydrates in the meal, and it'll be easier to portion out later. So we got the beans in the pan, and I'm going to go ahead and toss in this taco seasoning mix that I found in my cabinet because I think that it'll go really well with the beans. They're going to cook down a little bit. I add a little bit of water to deglaze the solids off of the pan from the vegetables, and I'm hoping that this will turn out really, really good. So I just take the chicken breast here, and I'm just going to slice it into kind of like strips, I suppose. So it's a little bit easier after it's all cooled down because you don't have to worry about the chicken getting all stringy. So I just let the chicken rest for about 5 minutes or so. And that allows me to have some really nice, evenly cut strips of chicken. Granted, now by the time that I actually get to eat this, the chicken will be cold, but since the majority of this is going toward meal prep for the future anyway, I'm not too worried about having cold chicken because a lot of it's going to the refrigerator. So the portion that I want to eat right now, I will just put into the microwave. Alright, so the chicken is all cut up. We got the reheated vegetables here. We have the beans all cooked up. We got the rice. And I believe we are ready to make some bowls. What's up, man? Want to be in a recording?
Huh?
Want to be in a recording?
Yeah, sure. Smells good, man.
Thank
Got
you.
made up a little plan on what you're gonna make.
That's right.
That looks good. That's lovely, man. That was surprisingly quick for all that food.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, it's the normal amount of time for.
Quick. I just got to step up my cooking game and actually figure out how to cook in the first place.
So that's meal prep of the burrito bowl. Now I am so hungry and so ready to be eating mine. But the only issue is after taking care of all of the steps and working on filming it for you guys, that took enough time for this here burrito bowl to get cold. So I'm gonna go ahead and toss it in the microwave, both to melt the cheese and warm up the insides a little bit. Toss some pico on the side. Oh, I'm gonna dig in. So that is my burrito bowl. So I've got this one and 4 more, along with the pico to go on top after I heat it up. So the whole thing probably took me maybe an hour and 15 minutes to make. So not all too long, and now I have 5 whole meals that I barely have to cook much throughout the week. So first bite, let me grab some of this pico on here. Oh, you guys, that's excellent. That is top tier. Now, is it as good as Chipotle? That's the real question. No, it's not. And that's because it's different than Chipotle. See, I didn't have a lot of the same spices, I didn't cook it the same method. So it's not worse than Chipotle, it's different. But the whole thing was a ton cheaper at, I don't know, I wanted to save the receipt to be able to figure out the total cost of each meal. And I don't know where it went. But the rice is super cheap, beans are super cheap, chicken's pretty cheap. Tomatoes, the peppers and onions, they're all relatively inexpensive. Guys, there's nothing expensive ingredient-wise in here. It's just the time and effort you put into it that makes it taste really, really good. So all in all, the calories for each of the bowls that I made, I'm gonna go ahead and toss up at the screen right over here. I'm hoping it's good. I didn't do the math yet. So, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and dig into this. So that was my attempt at recreating a Chipotle Burrito Bowl. Turns out that my burrito bowl has less calories, higher in protein, and lower in fat than the typical Chipotle Burrito Bowl. So take that, Chipotle. And it costs a significant amount less, which is really nice for those who are trying to diet on a budget. So, with that, guys, this is going to wrap up the video. I hope you enjoyed. If you guys have any other place that you would love for me to try to recreate the foods in a healthier, cheaper manner, go ahead and drop it in the comments below and I'll take a look and I'll see what I can do. Either way, stay happy, stay healthy, and I'll see you guys in the next video.